Hey Castaways, are you guys ready to dive deeper into the Florida Keys? Today, we're going to be skipping those usual tourist traps, and we're going to uncover some hidden gems and those secret spots that even some locals don't know about. Think secret beaches, tucked away islands, secluded snorkeling spots, as well as those quirky little treasures scattered across the Keys. If you guys loved our budget-friendly road trip from Key Largo to Key West, you guys are going to want some more and you're going to want to stick around for this one. It's all about the insider's guide to the authentic Keys experience. So from hidden mangrove lagoons to deserted keys that you can kayak over to, plus some of the off-the-radar eateries and those unbeatable vibes, I've got you covered in this one. Stay with me until the end for an exclusive look at the Keys mystery that you won't believe. And hey, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a Castaway adventure. Did you guys know that there's a giant underwater statue of Jesus right off of Key Largo? Let's talk about the underwater Jesus statue at Christ of the Abyss. So this is a 9-foot bronze statue that's submerged underwater right in the John Pellicamp Coral Reef State Park area. I mentioned this park in my last video, but I didn't mention this magical underwater experience. Snorkel and dive tours around here run for about $40 to $60, depending on if you have your own gear or if you're renting right on site. It's a surreal, spiritual spot that's perfect for divers, perfect for snorkelers, or if you want that unique photo underwater with those unique reef scenes. A local tip I have for snorkeling is that I want you to keep an eye out for the eagle rays while you're underwater, as well as those nurse sharks. They love to hang around by the Jesus statue. Second stop on our list is going to be the Lignumvitae Key Botanical State Park. Yes, I said that right, I practiced it a few times. So this spot is only accessible by boat or by kayak. This is an uninhabited island that is a lush, peaceful escape from reality, and this area is a rare tropical escape filled with hardwoods as well as mangroves. It's a designated botanical state park, and it's one of the best places to kayak through those pristine, protected waters. You guys can ferry over here or kayak over here, with tours starting at about $40 each person. But it's well worth it for the serenity, the peace, as well as those nature lovers. You guys can also anchor your boat over here and hike the marked trails for some amazing bird watching, as well as some scenic pictures. A pro tip I have for this spot is to visit in the early morning so you guys are able to spot the endangered key deer and the various migratory birds. Third stop on our list is going to be the Indian Key Historic State Park. So this is a tiny little island right near Islamorada, and it's a forgotten 19th century settlement. It's only accessible by boat or by kayak, and it's perfect for those history buffs as well as those paddlers. The ruins over here include the remains of different houses, a cemetery, as well as an old trading post. Admission to Indian Key runs for about $30 to $50, but it's totally free if you guys get over there by kayak or private boat. There's no facilities, so pack some snacks and pack some water if you guys want to explore. A bonus for this spot is that it's a great spot to raft up with friends, drop an anchor, and also fish and relax in those crystal clear waters. Fourth stop on our list is going to be the Indian Key Mangrove Tunnels, as well as the Loomis Park Kayak Trail. So this spot is for those who absolutely love paddling. The Indian Key Mangrove Tunnels are right near Islamorada, and it's a hidden labyrinth of twisting waterways, perfect for the kayak expedition. You guys can really explore here. The tunnels are sheltered and calm, and it's great for all skill levels once you're over here. You guys are able to rent kayaks for about $30 to $40 a day from the different nearby outfitters. I want to make sure you guys don't forget your waterproof camera. Those tunnels are a dream for those wildlife shots. And the nearby Loomis Park offers a quiet beach and a perfect picnic area, perfect to relax and chill after a paddle through the mangroves. If you guys want more insider secrets, be sure to check out the rest of our Florida Keys videos, from Key Largo to Key West. We'll cover everything that's touristy, but also off the beaten path. Plus, if you guys missed the first video covering the classic must-see spots from Key Largo to Key West, I highly recommend giving it a watch after this. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a Castaway Traveler video, because all these adventures are full of unique, budget-friendly travel tips. So now let's talk about some hidden islands that are perfect for those raft-ups as well as those parties. So the Florida Keys are 100% famous for that raft-up culture, where boaters can anchor side by side and socialize, party, and have fun, enjoying the sun and the water. So some of the lesser known spots to raft up and party include Little Torch Key, Alligator Reef Light, as well as Horseshoe Keys. Going back to Little Torch Key, this is a more quiet spot with calm waters. It's perfect for fishing, swimming, as well as relaxing. And going back to the Alligator Reef Light area, you guys can anchor near the historic lighthouse, where you guys can hang out, fish, drop anchor, and snorkel right around the reef. And last but not least, the Horseshoe Keys. This is only accessible by boat, and it's the perfect spot to enjoy a great sandbar, swim, as well as enjoy the sunshine. A pro tip for these 3 spots is to always respect the local wildlife and those no anchor zones. Use some mooring buoys when available just so you guys can protect the reefs. Next on our list is going to be the lighthouses to visit right by the water. So the Florida Keys is speckled and dotted with iconic lighthouses that you can approach by boat or kayak. Alligator Reef Light, which we just touched on, is right near Islamorada. This spot's totally accessible by boat, and it's a picturesque white tower, standing 136 feet tall. No public tours, but you guys can snorkel on the reef nearby. It definitely makes it a crowd favorite. Next, let's move over to Key West Lighthouse. You can't kayak over to it, but from the water, it makes for a stunning backdrop to your sunset cruise. The lighthouse climb here costs $12, as I mentioned in my last video, and you guys can visit from the land side. Next, let's go over to Marathon, where we'll talk about the Faro Blanco Lighthouse. This is a lighthouse spot that's on private property, but you can admire it from the water and also use those nearby boat ramps. A fun fact about lighthouses is that the Alligator Reef Lighthouse was built on a platform above the coral reef, making it one of the few offshore reef lighthouses in the US. Next, let's cover some of the offbeat dining and beach bars that you can only get to by boat. If you guys are looking for that truly unique Florida Keys experience, try these hidden gems reachable by boat only. Let's start with the Hungry Tarpon over at Robbie's Marina in Islamorada. This is a famous spot for feeding tarpon right off the dock, and you guys can grab fresh seafood and a waterfront view. It was covered in my first video, so I'm just going to mention it quickly. Let's get more in depth now. Next is going to be over Marathon. That's going to be the dock, and that's a classic Keys seafood with a marina view. And it's perfect to dock your boat and relax with a cold drink after a hot summer day. Next, let's talk about those low tide sandbars, as well as those snorkeling spots for kayak or jet skis. So the Keys are known for having some of the most epic sandbars and the perfect shallow spots for beaching your kayak or your jet ski. Let's talk about Cottrell Key Sandbar first. This is located right off Key Largo, and this spot is perfect for swimming, sunbathing, as well as snorkeling in those crystal clear waters. Next, let's talk about the sandbar over at Snipe Keys. This is a great place that's right near Marathon, where you can park your boat or jet ski and enjoy a day in the sun with your friends. Keep Snipe Keys Sandbar on your radar. And last, let's talk about the Lignumvitae Channel Sandbar. This is going to be a local favorite for the kayak parties as well as the fishing, so make sure you check this one out if you're looking for that. A bonus tip is before you head out, make sure you guys are checking the tide charts. Some of the sandbars are only exposed during low tide, and these spots can get super crowded on the weekends. Our 9th stop on our list is going to be perfect for all ages. Let's talk about the Theater of the Sea, which is another gem over in Islamorada. If you guys are looking for fun, accessible marine park experience that everyone can enjoy, Theater of the Sea in Islamorada offers an unforgettable dolphin and lion show experience, plus some interactive animal encounters. You guys can even swim with these dolphins, swim with the sea lions, as well as swim with the stingrays. It's perfect for families, perfect for anyone who wants a close-up look at the Florida Keys marine life without having to dive and without having to paddle. Tickets for this are about $25 to $35 per person, but be sure that you guys are checking the schedule for those shows and those feeding times so you guys can make sure you get the best experience. 10th on our list is going to be the Florida Keys Wild Bird Rehabilitation Center, which is over in Marathon, which is a daily dose of nature and wildlife for everybody. So for a calm and educational experience that's totally suitable for all visitors, the Florida Keys Wild Bird Rehab Center is a must-see. So this sanctuary cares for injured and orphaned native birds and offers easy walking paths with benches so you can enjoy the bird watching and learn about the wildlife without needing strenuous activity to get there. So admission for this spot is totally by donation, and the staff is super friendly and totally passionate about sharing their knowledge and their experiences. It's a peaceful spot that connects you with the wild heart of the Keys. A bonus stop that I have is going to be the famous Key Largo movie locations. So there's a lot of movie buffs out there. This one's specifically for you. So the Florida Keys has starred in plenty of films, like the classic 1948 Humphrey Bogart film, Key Largo. So you guys can visit the former bathtub Reef Beach, which is featured in scenes from the film, or explore the old Tavernier Lighthouse, which is right near Key Largo, for iconic waterfront views. So this is a great spot to walk, great spot for some photos, and a great spot to soak in that Hollywood history right on your beach trip. And a fun fact, the scenes from this movie were inspired by the actual real storms that affected and hit the Florida Keys and gave it its rugged charm. So that's your insider guide to the hidden gems and the secret spots that you won't find in the Florida Keys. So which of these spots are you adding to your bucket list in 2025? I want you guys to drop your lesser known Keys destination in the comments below. Stay curious, travel smart, and keep exploring. Stay traveling.